Hello, hello. What's going on? It is me, Jay Renard, and I'm here with another of my favorite days, Unboxing Day. Let's get to it, shall we? So, this is probably one of my what I'll call odd lots so far as the watches that I own. So this one, if you couldn't tell, comes from Russia. See if I can have some of this stuff on the camera without showing my personal information. No clue if this is the actual box for the watch or if this is what was just used for the packing. Again, sorry, I don't speak Russian. But I started looking for the odd lot so far as watches and whatnot. So either limited editions or watch companies that don't exist anymore, or watch companies that were called one thing but now the company has changed or they were acquired by someone else. For instance, Timex. Timex used to be the Waterbury watch company, so I'm trying to get a hold of an old school Waterbury watch. I also have a few other things that are made from this particular region. So I've got a macro lens. And this lens here, for those who were savvy, is the Helios 44-2. Oddly, pretty popular in the photography community. And both of these things were not made in Russia; they were made in the USSR. So I decided to try to get a hold of something else that was made in the USSR, and I had heard that there were several watch companies that were there were several watch companies that were created in the USSR, and that they made some really quality product. Now, the USSR was not necessarily known for consistently producing high quality products. They were things that either worked well for a while but then were hard to maintain, or they just didn't work properly initially, or they worked well and they were easy to maintain, but just the nature of what they were made of, they didn't last very long even if you maintained them well. But one thing that surprisingly or one sort of thing that were surprisingly made well in the USSR were watches. Now, this isn't to say that most of the watches made in the USSR were high quality watches. I'm not sure how true that is. I do know that some watches were made well. And I did a little bit of research and I found this one. Please don't ask me how to say the name of it. I do not know. But doing a bunch of research on the interwebs, this one here in this style was one of the ones that showed up frequently that were collector's items, and they were made well. They were made to last. So I figured, alright, I'll do some researching, checked on eBay, checked on Etsy, checked around, and I found one that was in good condition at a price I was willing to pay. So here's this one here. Now, The face does look pretty big, and that's because it is. So here's this San Martin dive watch. It's a 38 millimeters across. I'm sorry, the face is the dial's 38 millimeters. The actual case is the better part of 42, if not 42. So for the size comparison, so I would say this is probably 46, 48 millimeters across easily. This is a big hefty watch, or rather it's a chunky watch. It actually doesn't feel very heavy at all. I like the band. I wish it were actually gator. It's not. It's looking like a cowhide with a gator print. I do like the stitching. Genuine leather. I hate genuine leather so much, but hey. And came in great condition. Glass on the back. No clue if it's sapphire glass or not. I'm going to be completely honest with you there. But let's go ahead and give this a shot. There we go. Now, I have no clue if this is the original movement in here. I have no clue if it's been cleaned or refurbished. Truthfully, I'm very sure that something, if not some parts of it, if not the entire movement, has been replaced, refurbished, something. But I mean, and I only say that because of the quality and the material on the inside. I see very little oxidation on any parts, not the steel, not the brass, anything in there. So even if this were properly sealed off, there would be some level of oxidation, and I just don't see any. So I feel like maybe this particular watch here I feel like this one was, if it didn't have the movement replaced, it's been cleaned a lot, which I'm all for. Alright, gonna go ahead and set the time properly. 17, we'll call that 42. Alright, now see if I can so you can definitely see that this was a product of the USSR, not just Russia, because of the hammer and sickle symbol that's right there. See if I can Nope, I can't zoom it in. Maybe, hopefully it doesn't get too crazy. Alright, so you can see some of the, you can see the detail there with the star and the hammer and sickle. Alright, now, I do have to say this, mostly because I don't want anybody to jump to any particular conclusions. I'm not endorsing the USSR, I'm not endorsing socialism, I'm not endorsing anything that this particular government espoused. I'm American, absolutely. I'm a businessman. I'm a capitalist without question. I just like having odd lots and unique things, and to have a watch from that is still in good operation from a company that no longer exists. I consider that an odd lot. I consider that something that is worth having, worth preserving. It would be the same thing with an old car company, or if not an old car company, a car that is or a car model that's no longer in production. Like for instance, the old school Volkswagen Rabbits. I don't know why. I just really want one. They're interesting cars. They're unique, but they're also really, really well made. With moderate maintenance, those things will still run even to this day, and those cars are 40 years old. Same thing with Beetles and VW buses. I'd like one, mostly because they're interesting. It's not because I espouse 40-year-old German car technology. It's just interesting. They're also not making any more of them. So I like them, and I want one. Will I go and get one? Not sure. I do need a daily driver, and I don't know how reliable that would be. With this one here, this is one of those I feel like wearing something special or something interesting. I'm not sure how much it's going to work itself into my regular rotation. It is significantly bigger than everything that I've got, which is fine, but it's also certainly not a work watch, and I spend a lot of my time at work. But I would say I'm going to go ahead and give this a solid, I'll give this an 8 out of 10. If the face were, excuse me, if the case were a little smaller, I'd be a lot happier with something like this, because it would be easily wearable, or more easily wearable. But with such a big face, and especially because I can't verify that this is sapphire glass, I wouldn't call this a your daily wear, your part of your EDC, because you could potentially damage the glass or the case in a manner that, or you could damage it in such a manner that you have to go to a specialist to get it fixed, and that would almost certainly cost more than the cost of the watch. So, condition, rock solid. Operation, you saw it come to life, and you can see it ticking away there just fine. You can see the second hand sweeping like a champ. Aesthetics, I actually like how it looks. It's very simple and straightforward. You can't go wrong when you keep it simple. But again, the size, it's a bit much even for me, and like I said, I'm a bigger, heavier guy. So something like this, even this is a bit much for somebody my size. If I was about maybe 6'3", or maybe I had just had bigger hands or something like that, to where something like this wouldn't be just, it would be more size appropriate, sure. But right now, this is I'm going to show it off sort of watch, not I'm wearing it to work and out and about because it's part of the rotation sort of watch. Don't regret it. It's just not going to be part of the everyday wear. Alright, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you for showing up for my unboxing. Because this is a genuine leather band, I am absolutely going to redo the band, or not redo, but make the band again. Just to be funny, I think that I'll have something very much pro-America and capitalism on the band, because I'm silly like that. Alright, but that's all I got. Thank you very much for your time and attention. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to go ahead and put those down in the comment section. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much for everything. I'm Jay Renard, and I'm out. Peace.